So as we all know, the NBA gives out an MVP award every year. And if you don't know that, welcome to the channel. I don't know how you got here, and you've probably already clicked off, but whatever, I'm sure you're a nice person. The hell am I talking about? The MVP of this upcoming season, there's a few guys who definitely have a chance at it. So let's dive into it. I give LeBron James the real shot in the East. And then I guess Paul George, although if you watched my Eastern Conference preview video, you will know that I'm not too high on the Indiana Pacers this season, but I don't know, maybe Paul George can single-handedly take them to the top of the conference. Then if we go out west, of course there's Kevin Durant as well as Steph Curry. Now Durant already won the award for most hated NBA player, as well as the most disrespected one on Twitter. It's kind of deserved, if we can be honest. Sorry KD, you're a good guy, but like, really dude? Kawhi Leonard, of course, for the San Antonio Spurs. I would say those are the top four. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kawhi Leonard. And then I would give Paul George, Damian Lillard, Russell Westbrook kind of an outside chance if maybe some injuries occur, things like that. But if we talk about those four guys for a second, let's start with LeBron James. As we know, LeBron James, and potentially the mustache, like to lay back in the regular season. He'll go God mode in the finals, but still, LeBron James going 85% and the Cleveland Cavaliers ending up at the 1 seed, that could still result in an MVP trophy. Or he really may be content with letting Kyrie kind of run the show in terms of being the top scorer on the team. And I mean, of course, LeBron is still going to be great, but if we're talking MVP, he might end up just a little bit short. Who knows? I think it could go either way. Then if we look out west to the Golden State Warriors, I mean, Kevin Durant and Steph Curry are both top 5 players, and they're both former MVPs, so of course we know they can do it. But the question with Golden State is, are Durant, Curry, and Clay, and probably Draymond too, going to have to sacrifice just a little bit for the better of the team? I don't think it'll be drastic. It's not going to be like the big three of the Celtics who all dropped under 20 points per game. I expect both Durant, Curry, and potentially even Clay to still score over 20 a game, but maybe like 2 or 3 points down, which can be the difference in an MVP trophy. Not only that, we could see Kevin Durant's playmaking decrease a little bit too, just because, Golden State already has an established thing, and Steph Curry and Draymond Green are the ones dribbling the ball the majority of the time, and it'll probably result in some more open shots for Kevin Durant and more catch and shoots and coming off of screens, but it will perhaps decrease his ball handling a little bit, which again could decrease the assists, which does make a difference when it comes to the MVP. But at the same time, Golden State could expand their offense to say, all right, Durant, you're going to have the ball a little bit more, which takes the ball out of Steph's hands, and again, Steph Curry's a fantastic shooter, as we all know, so I don't expect his scoring to dip down too much, but again, that could affect the playmaking if Kevin Durant is having his occasional one-on-ones and pick-and-roll situations that just didn't exist before with Golden State. It was always Curry has the ball, and we're going to go from there. But if you take the ball out of Curry's hands a little bit, the assist could dip. It could be a thing, I think it's going to be interesting to see, because, Golden State, they already have their established mindset when it comes to what they do, but Kevin Durant, with how good of a player he is, you have to turn over a little bit of your philosophy to accommodate him, and luckily he's a fantastic shooter, so he can kind of fit into what they already do, which is a lot of the time Steph Curry, Draymond Green pick and rolls, and then Draymond can kick out to a slew of shooters. But then again, you're not just going to put Kevin Durant in the corner all the time, because then you're kind of wasting what you have with his talent. I don't know. And then when we look at the San Antonio Spurs and Kawhi Leonard, he's going to be the top scorer for San Antonio, and I'm looking for his playmaking to really step up this year. The thing with the Spurs is the way that they move the ball so much, with everybody touching it and a lot of touch passes and cuts to the basket and things like that. They're not really a team where one guy is going to average an insane amount of assists. It's more like everybody averages 3 to 4 assists. But I think this could be the year that Kawhi has the ball a little bit more. He does have one-on-one and pick-and-roll ability. He can also score in the post, so with the ability to create his own shot and being very good at making shots, the defense is going to have to bring some extra defenders sometimes, and that could open up opportunities for him to be a passer. Of course, there is the potential of a Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge pick and pop or pick and roll, because LA can do both. So I think for Kawhi to really become an MVP candidate, though, that playmaking has to increase, and I think this could be the year we see it. Tony Parker is also a year older, so perhaps his ball handling responsibilities will not be as high. And then, of course, when we're talking about defense, San Antonio will probably be one of the best defensive teams in the league, and a huge reason for that is because Kawhi Leonard, I mean, we all know how good he is on defense. So if Kawhi maintains his efficiency and puts up, 23 points per game and maybe 4 or 5 assists, and he's already a strong rebounder at 7 per game, and then San Antonio making the 2 seed, which is what I believe they will make, perhaps that's enough to get him MVP. But at the same time, if we go back to Golden State, maybe Durant and Curry's offense won't decrease at all. Maybe their offense is just going to be so ridiculous, and Draymond Green's playmaking combined with how many shooters they have, maybe Durant and Curry will just both put up like 25 plus points per game, and then you can just make it a toss-up between those two when it comes to the MVP trophy. Because, Golden State, the offense, the potential offense of this magnitude that they've put together is something that hasn't been seen in the NBA, so it could create some godly numbers, or it could result in everybody's numbers decreasing a little bit. We're going to have to see. With all this being said, I still think LeBron James is the best player in the NBA, and if he really wanted to, he could win the MVP. He could average 28 points and like 8 assists and 8 rebounds, but he's not going to do that. He's going to lay back. He's going to wait for the postseason, where he can really use all that conserved energy that he saved in the regular season. But if I had to really put it on one guy as of right now, probably Kawhi. I think Kawhi is your best chance for the MVP, but I think it's pretty close between him, Durant, Curry, and then if LeBron really wants it. So yeah, that's going to do it. Shout out to Kawhi. Shout out to LeBron James.